You've probably done biceps curls and hammer curls before in an effort to grow your arms, but every so often we need a more specialized curl that's going to take emphasis off of our biceps and focus it on our forearms, and that's when we turn to the reverse curl. When you do a biceps curl, we're thinking about our palms facing the ceiling as we curl a weight, whether that's a dumbbell or a barbell or an easy curl bar upwards. With the reverse curl, all we're going to do is we're going to reverse the position of our palms, essentially aim to keep those facing the ground as we curl up, and that then changes a couple things. It changes a couple benefits of the exercise. First and foremost, when we do the reverse curl, our forearms and our grip strength is going to get a little bit more of a test. When I do a standard biceps curl, I can cradle with my grip. I don't need to actively squeeze the bar as tightly as possible. But once I have that bar flipped over and I'm doing the reverse curl, whether it's a barbell or a dumbbell or anything, if I loosen my grip, the bar is simply going to fall to the ground. That means I need to keep a tighter grip the entire time when I'm curling, so my grip strength is going to get a very good time under tension and constant tension test. In addition, the other thing we hit with the reverse curl is we attack a muscle called our brachioradialis. Essentially, this is the muscle on the front of our forearm, and we really focus in on that when we're doing the reverse curl. The reverse curl is not a curl that everybody needs to do. For most people, you're gonna wind up training enough grip strength when you're doing your other exercises like deadlifts and pull-ups and you're doing your other pull exercises, and you're gonna get plenty of work for your forearms when you're doing traditional biceps and hammer curls. So not everybody needs to do the reverse curl, but if you really want to zone in on your grip and if you want to really develop the front of your forearm, then you want to make sure to get the reverse curl in your training. In terms of the muscles you're actively training when we do the reverse curl, we're still gonna get a little bit of biceps and we're still gonna get a little bit of our brachialis. Those are the muscles along with the brachioradialis, this band of forearm muscle that we're gonna wind up focusing on that flex our elbow. The difference when we do the reverse curl as compared to a biceps curl or a hammer curl is where the focus is. When we're doing most of our other standard curls, our biceps and our brachialis are gonna play a key role in lifting our forearm upwards because we're gonna get this thing called supination to happen. It's where our palm kind of turns toward the ceiling, and that is one of the responsibilities of our biceps. When we're doing the reverse curl, we've eliminated that function. We're not gonna supinate. All we're gonna do is flex at the elbow, and that makes the brachioradialis a lot more of the focus. Our biceps is that much less involved because we've cut out one of its functions, and now we're really focusing on building up our forearms. So in terms of the muscles you're training, when you're training the reverse curl, your focus is going to be on the brachioradialis, this band of muscle here, and that is the reason that you're gonna wind up doing these reverse curls. You can do reverse curls with any implement you would curl. That means you can do it with dumbbells, you can do it with barbells, and you can do it with an easy curl bar. Your best bet on this though is going to be the easy curl bar, and that is because of what we tend to do when we curl. It is really, really convenient if we do a reverse curl with dumbbells to start with our palms facing the ground, but gradually rotate our palms to face each other as we go up, because when we keep our palms facing the ground, we're gonna get a little bit less range of motion on the curl. So a good way to focus that is to use the easy curl bar. If we use a barbell, it's a little bit too restrictive, but with the easy curl bar, you have a little bit of play. You can find a comfortable angle that you can maintain that's gonna have your palms facing the ground the whole time, and that's gonna keep our focus on the brachioradialis. Once we found our implement, what we want to do is think about a couple things, and most of this is basically your good curling technique. So I want to make sure I'm not swinging upwards, and I'm going to focus on moving only at the elbow as I curl. And in order to do that, I want to think about a couple things. I want to think about planting my feet in the ground, squeezing my glutes, squeezing my abs, and then squeezing my shoulder blades and trying to throw my shoulders back. That's going to get me in a really, really good position. Then I want to think about one more thing. I want to think about my wrist position as I'm curling. It can get really, really easy, and I can think that I'm going to get a little bit of extra motion once I go into this curl if I start to flip my wrists upwards. So you actually want to think about flexing your wrists ever so slightly and maintain that. It's going to put a little more tension in your forearms, and it's going to ensure that we're really focusing all of this at the elbow joint. So I'm thinking about flexing my wrists ever so slightly. I've got all this tension in my body, and from there, the curl is simple. It's exactly like any other curl you would do. I'm gonna curl as high as I can, moving only at the elbow joint. Think about squeezing my forearms when I get to the top of that curl, and then lower with control. We want to avoid swinging and hinging because again, that becomes really convenient. Especially if you're doing this with the barbell, it can feel like a power clean, but then we're not keeping our tension on the brachioradialis. So we want to think about keeping our torso nice and tight. Don't swing, curl up, pause for a split second, and then lower down with control. As you're doing this curl, you want to make sure that you keep your elbows back. The moment your elbows shoot forward, you've made one of the key mistakes that I see in the reverse curl. Because when our elbows shift forward, all of a sudden, at the top of the curl, our forearms wind up perpendicular to the ground. When they're in that position, there is zero tension on your forearms, zero tension on your biceps. So make sure you keep your elbows back, and when you curl up, you just want to get that good squeeze on top. That is your reverse curl. And again, it is a terrific forearm builder. So we want to treat it like that. And we also want to know that we can't go super heavy with this movement. You're going to be able to do other exercises like rows and pull-ups and even your standard biceps curls with more weight, but this is not an exercise where we're going to move a ton of weight because we're dealing with that really fixed hand position and we want to maintain that fixed hand position. So it's better to work lighter so that we can focus on that. Think about as a starting weight, using about half you would curl and gradually work up from that, but focus on getting a good squeeze on top, not swinging and owning the eccentric. Think about doing this for 3 sets of anywhere from 8 to 12 reps, and do not think of this as a main entree in your workout. Because it is a lighter weight move and because it's a true isolation move where we're really focusing on this one forearm muscle and on our grip, we want to think of this as one of the last exercises that we're doing in any workout. Whether it's an arm workout, whether you're on a pull day, whether you're working an upper body day, think about leaving the reverse curl for last. Again, it is not a curl that everybody needs to do, but it is a great curl if you have very specific forearm goals and if you really want your forearms to grow. If you're an athlete, think about doing this. And if you're really trying to complete your physique and build those Popeye arms, this is a move you want to get in your workout.